Hello, good morning, everyone. Welcome back to my channel, Forex Black Box. Um, just let me start with the disclaimer first. Got a lot to talk about. Trading Forex or any assets, stock, future, option, what have you, whatever it is, currency, cryptocurrencies, is taking high risk level, very, very high level of risk. You could lose all your money at one time. Don't be greedy. Try to manage your money percentage wise. So if you lose some 20%, 2% today, you can make tomorrow, say 4%. So you make up for what happened yesterday and you gain today. That's what's called risk reward achievement. If you achieve that, you get 1 day or 2 days up, you got 1 day down. So overall, we are trending. Okay, we are trending up. It's very important to money management and risk reward of each trade. That will going to teach you two things to consider every trade you take in. You will be looking only for the high probability trade because you're not gambling anymore because you stick to your risk management. Okay, guys, that's a quick recap about risk and reward and money management. Um, just be careful, and let's move on to the topic itself. Up to until now, we have 2,000 people get infected in China about the new virus, the cool coronavirus. It's not the same one as we know of. It's a new one, just developed somehow in China, somewhere, some restaurant, some market. I'm not sure about the whole story exactly, but it's everything available online. If you just do some search and you find out what's going on. Because of that, the stock market, I think we're going to open a big gap. So the risk off is really increased now, and uncertainty about this virus is increasing. Regarding China, China is supplying a lot of goods and stuff, and if anything happen in its economy, I'll show you later on the map, the heat map, how they look like today. So S&P 500 just really dropped big on Friday. I think we're gonna open a gap down here. I will show you later on it as well. Let's just jump in here straight away. That's the S&P up to now. Change the color so we can see. That's S&P 500 itself now. You can see that it's so red. I mean, like, that's not Friday closing. Okay, that's what's happening now. It's just updating what's happening now. It says we have 2,000 cases, and the increase of people gonna die is increasing now, the percentage wise. So it's quite worry for your health benefit itself, your family and friend and nearby your loved ones. So just be careful out there. Don't try to eat from outside. Try to eat your homemade food. Wherever you are in the world, you don't know where this virus is now. It could be everywhere, but not activated yet or not ready to show itself yet. So please be careful. If you feel ill, sick, just to see the symptoms online, search online and look for what kind of symptoms you have so you can actually cure it as soon as possible. They don't have a straight away cure, but I think is the best things to do is to watch out for yourself, your family, the high fever, if you have temperature, anything like that, you need to really take it serious. It's not a normal flu or cold, so just try to find out what the best for you. Okay, the word, that's the word here. Here we go. We've got China really red, 2.46% down on BABA. It's really looking scary for economy itself and health and the whole world altogether. So hopefully everyone watch out for that. We're gonna have a big gap open tonight. I think big gap. Regard what the headlines up to now is 2,000 people, 2,000 cases been reported from China only. So that really increasing in high risk global breakout outbreak. Sorry. Um, okay, get to the bound. We can see here the bound that's on Tuesday night. So Wednesday, that's the data of Wednesday, guys. Okay, so this data of Wednesday show we have it on Friday. So from Tuesday to Friday, we didn't know anything about that virus. So that's why This I'm not gonna take it for granted. That's what happening here now. So you better off not to take a look at CFT, uh, the CFT report, because that's is not gonna count the virus. So whatever happened here now, that probably changed big in percentage, like maybe 50%. This information is not correct now because what happened after Tuesday, the Wednesday, the virus just break out, and then you start showing the market. Um, Same story here. I don't think that is going to be relevant for me now or anybody. This information, CFTC, is not relevant at the moment until the next one. We'll see how this virus react across, but you can see it in the price. This is a lagging indicator or maybe a future indicator for what your investment, what you want to do with this currencies in the future. But ultimately, it's all the data. It's just like the newspaper come up next day, but yesterday it was the actual news is exactly the same thing. So looking, let's go back to have a look to the chart. Okay, so from here, let me just do this quick. So from here we can see gold had really a nice push up. Why keep changing the color? Sorry. Had a nice push up. As I talked about it Friday morning, I was here. We were talking about it. I said that normally it should come up here. This pattern is very clear to me. That's the bull and control. And we know about the virus since here. So Friday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So from here, we know about the virus, and you can see that the risk off start take place even from the previous day. These guys that had the heads up already, they just left the market and they take their money to safe haven. I believe gold can really open tonight here after what we heard this morning is increasing in high risk of global uh, big disaster. I mean, like it's crazy. So watch out for it. So if that's the true, if that's what happened, is which is exactly what happened, so we're gonna open somewhere here, come back retest, and continue back up to test the 1600 as I expected. I had this in mind for going back. I had this in mind since we even started here. I mean, like I know that 1600 will be reached at some point because that was the Fibonacci between level. I know it's gonna break it and gonna go up, but the round number was 1600. It broke back to 1610, but doesn't matter. But just that's the main number we look for. So what happened now is we're gonna break this up, and we're gonna go another $50 or $100 up. So watch out for that. If you short, please don't hold, especially now after this virus start to increase and infecting so many people. We're gonna see gold is keep going. There is no reason for gold to hold because that's safe haven. Plus, we have confirmation of virus globally and stuff like that. So stock is gonna go down, and you got all the safe haven is moving up, it's showing very good momentum on since we heard about the virus here. So that's the Iran spike up, and Trump just deaccelerated this war. Then now we have this kind of consolidation. It's supposed to go that way, but after the virus, you can see that change in direction. As you can see that we changed direction now, we're coming back up again. So probably going to be opening a gap. Then from that gap, we'll go a little bit low momentum. Then we'll continue back up. So your risk reward should be like what I just drew it now. You put stop loss just below the spike low, pull back, and as soon as you see increasing momentum back up, you just jump in and you leave your stop loss below here. You don't have to leave it there. I'm very confident that is gonna go more higher since I showed you the stock Friday. Friday wasn't looking like that. Friday the S&P was just not that red by visual looking. It was not that red when on the closing. So this morning it changed a lot. Or yesterday, I didn't look yesterday to the market. So watch out for this. Let's so that's gold. Okay. I wanted to show you quickly S&P future. I talked about that many times. We started consolidating here and we spike up and we'll come back. We'll test the high. We'll have a double top on the daily and we'll break the previous day ground, close. So broke everything in the previous day, even that, and we close lower. So probably we're gonna be opening somewhere here, come back, retest this area, and we continue down to the zone. I talked about 260, 240 area. First I said 260, but if it comes to 260, it couldn't hold, it will continue back down to 240, S&P 500. So at this point, I'm going to change this one to red. So in my way of trading, I will see that to come back up here to test this ceiling, and there's going to be a lot of people waiting here to sell it, or people who are long and they're waiting for any chance to exit. That's the support and resistance area. That's where it come in handy. So if you're long and you go against you all this, you're just waiting for it to come close to this area and you will exit. That's mean you short and you were long, so you change your contract to short, and plus the people already waiting already to short. So you got all this in qualifier to give you a good confirmation that that trend is going to continue down at least to here. Then we can see another pullback to this area, then we'll continue back down more. So all this zone, it's important because there's a lot of volume here. Could be long trapped and short take profit. Trend that stops above here somewhere, and that's why it's accelerated on Friday. Risk off as statements from happiness or risk off is really, it's confirmed. We broke how many days? One, two, three, 4, 5, 6 days. We engulfed 6 days on the S&P 500. I think that we're gonna break. We're gonna open somewhere here and just spike back and we'll continue down. Not gonna even go up there. This is my opinion. Hopefully the virus will be contaminated and no one will get infected more and everything go back to normal. Until then, we see opportunity here to short if you wanted to short it, or you long gold, so you can play both of them at the same time. DAX, as you can see, this is dollar index. We had this channel and we kind of break out of this trend line and we're going back up here. I expected that to come back down at least here to retest and continue back up to retest that trend line. We'll see how they're going to play. If we look here, that trend line is meeting up with this high, so that's kind of like high probability is going to go back up there, but we're waiting for another rotation and continue back up. As you can see here, we have one rotation, two, we're going to see the third one, then it's going to break higher. There's going to be one here until we get to this area. Or you just can keep going because it's going to open with a gap since the stock risk off and dollar is going to be safe haven currency. So probably going to see that week is going to accelerate very, very quickly to these highs. Maybe small, just a wick like this one is going to be only a pullback. We have 1, 2, 3 days pullback. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days here rotation. Start to decrease and we keep going, but we're gonna have one day down a little bit and we'll continue back up quickly because of this virus and risk off going on in the market. As you can see, yen obviously pushing all the pairs around. The yen is getting strong because of the risk off, and as you can see, dollar yen is moving down. And I talked about that many times before. I said that that was the NFP. Then after that, we have this indecision candle confirmed. That could be the top. The next day, it was just like nothing. The following day, you can see we break out of here. Is very good confirmation. We broke out and we rotate back for a retest, and we took it from there. If you take the overall, you can look the day is red. You wait for 50% of that day to enter your position. However, if you're long, you're waiting for it to come back up to 50% to exit your long position. So there are two mover between that big candle, red candle, give you a chance to short, give you a chance to exit your wrong position if you have a big stop loss and take profit area. Okay, so that was a good go, and we have the second next day confirm that. Even the following day, which is Friday, we come and test 50% of this big candle and we go down again. We broke the low of the previous day and we close below it. Very confirmed here. We close even below the previous day. Just to wait for, probably going to open with a gap down, come back up here, retest, and we keep going. Why the gap? Because obviously yen is going to be strong as a safe haven asset, as gold, as Swiss. Moving forward, as well here. Pound USD was weak, of course, because of the news, what happened in pound. Okay, pound itself, we are waiting. We have a 5 days left for Brexit. Next Friday is going to be the Brexit date. Until then, from until then, we're going to see pound kind of like playing sideways or anything. You could do just doing sideways, or we have next week. Yeah, I didn't actually go to the news. Should have showed you the news first. Let me show you the news. Okay. What we have on the news, we have pound got some written decision. I think red decision is gonna happen. Oh my God, let me get change the color. Sorry. There's a red decision going on Tuesday. Sorry, Thursday. Is it Thursday? Yeah. Red decision here. I don't expect a high. I know that they said they're looking for a cut, but the last week news it was good, and I think the economy is just shifting back up. So I don't think they're gonna go for it. So I expect it to be the same. If that's happened, then we're gonna see pound continue its route up there. Okay, continue its route up there to continue that pattern itself. So just I'm looking forward to break these highs. It's going to happen this week. I think it's going to happen this week. We continue back up. We had a really nice 1, 2, 3 green, one red day. 1, 2, 3 green, two reds. That's to do with news. So probably Monday we'll come back up somewhere here. Only pound USD because USD is going to be weaker for pullback for the index. So watch out for that, just to keep watching the news because if that virus keep going, then expect the market to react against it. Not only pound but everything else because the whole market are connected. Uh, at this point here, I think that we're gonna hold here for wave one, wave two, wave three. So I want to see this bear to keep going up, see how euro is gonna behave. The first sign you need to look for this low, see if whether or not we're gonna break it or not. If we're gonna break it, we close above it and we continue back up. That's a good sign this pair wanted to continue up. So other than that, it could just stay here and play that role until we come back, go back up or go back down. So look for a small pattern on the lower time frame. China, as you can see, after the breakout and US China, obviously we're gonna open somewhere here, come back retest and continue back up. Because of what happened in China. The next resistant area is going to be here. Probably going to open somewhere here and we'll continue back up. Show some momentum to continue back up. Okay. So when I'm doing this, it doesn't mean has to be a few days. I mean like this here. So I can come back up, up, up. The first area to look for, take profit here. The second level, then you look for these areas here. A lot of volume here. Okay. Same story here. Go a strong momentum down because of yen. Strong. Looks like this pattern is still holding. I'm just waiting for it to work out because on pound, if pound start getting strong, we're going to see that rotation back up here, try to break higher. So watch out for that. That looks like a channel for me. If you draw this sideways, probably we're gonna back up next week here. We'll do that. Probably gonna break higher because that we have 5 days left before Brexit deadline. And after that, I just want to mention as well. After that, we're gonna have until the end of the year. We have the same rules and everything, but about after the end of the year of 2020, we're gonna completely shift off euro in every direction, in everything, traveling, everything. So we still have time to come to the point of full stop of euro. That give us a big gap of 11 months to see bound be reacting to any kind of news regarding the trade deals, global trade deals, whatever the case is between euro and us now. So we kind of like two uh, buyer and seller and buyer. So anything is going to happen. Bound is going to move more. So bound opportunity is going to be increased. and there's going to be a lot of movement in pound itself. So watch out for that. It could be volatile, very volatile. Pound is going to be very volatile. There's 11 months left of the year. Then I don't know what we're going to do after that. But I expect the pound is going to be 140 on US cable, and the rest is going to follow. You watch a cable. If it's cable at 140, the rest of the pairs probably is going to be keep pushing up, all of them. As you can see here, that move moved up. That all pound pairs move to the same direction. They move all together. Okay, I'm still long on here. I'm stop losses below here on on the trading view, but MT4 already exit this position. Just leave that position, see how that's gonna play out here. So yeah, watch out for yen. Yen is gonna be stronger because of the stock risk off. Also here, I had a few trades. I already showed you guys on my MT4 trading. I have already one position on the red candle. I still own it, and I have the second position here. I just left another position here in case if you want to go lower, giving more opportunity to long more. So far, I'm green on this. I'm green and red on cable. Cable is red trade, but that's fine. I add more position on Friday night before the closing. I saw that the momentum actually holding well, so I'm looking for it to cable to continue back up. So this pair itself probably going to continue back up to this level. We're not far from this level. Because we break that spike up, that's mean the weakness of Aussie is quite strong. We're looking about for another 250 bips is very close nearby. 250 bips is no big deal on this pair. It's going to move really well. We entered here early 2 weeks ago. We're still holding that position. We have wave 2, 3, with 4 probably going to consolidate. With 5 will break higher. We'll meet lower high. We're probably going to break higher if the stock keep going down, and because Aussie connected to China economy, so China economy going down, Aussie going down with it. Plus the stock is going down too, so it's too qualified to give you opportunity to long here. So bound investor are going to see opportunity coming up here, and they will continue loading their money on this pair itself only. I mean, like not only you can just take one of your portfolio. That's a very good for risk off asset. You can take that as a hedging to the stock market or to what's happening now regarding that virus. So you can keep loading money here. We could break the highs regardless. So watch out for that. It's very good opportunity here. If you want to wait for a breakout of this box, you can wait out, but I recommend that you jump into the trade because that virus is keep increasing. So it's your call. New Zealand, as you can see, New Zealand getting strong, just only moving because of pound weakness over the last news. So if we look technical, technically itself, we have a push to, we broke that push, we'll come back retesting it now. So we are in retesting period. I believe that was going to come back up here. We're going to open it with a gap up anyway because all the equity currencies are down. So we're going to open with a gap somewhere here. Then we continue back up. Let me just zoom in a little bit. So we hold here, okay? We jumped up, we make a couple of wave inside, we hold back, come back in, we hold this level now. So we are here, okay? How we get here? We have a few wave one rotation overall, two rotation, the second one. I'm looking for the third rotation. So you can play that third rotation up. That could be your player. You can start buying from here. You can exit here. You don't have to have the whole move. No one have all the move. If you can see that green, 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 you jump in, you leave your stop loss below all this green sector. Then you just ride it all the way up to first resistance area here. Very simple. Let me change the color. It's a very funky color. So that's the support now. Looks like it's very good support. We have one here. Just to look into the few days back then, since bound just sharply moved up. We'll look one support here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. We'll come back, retest it. Equity is down. All the currency, regardless stock, is down. Pound got some news coming up next week. Interest rate is, I believe, there's no cut is going to happen. What else? Price action itself is showing you that we have a bullish momentum up. We have rotation. We're coming back up. We're doing this. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. That's very good enough for me to get in that trade. I will be waiting tonight to enter trade here. probably going to leave my stop loss nearby until I see a safe distance to move my stop loss above there. So I'm going to move it later on to reduce my risk. Okay, guys. CAD, obviously CAD is going to be weaker because of oil is keep going down. Risk of assets at the moment, so it should be. I'm not sure why oil keep going down, but CAD will be affected by oil, so watch out for this. Until the market open, we'll have to reconsider what's happening with CAD. But pound, if it start to move, pound CAD itself will move as well. So what we done, we go big move down, rotation, rotation, rotating, and we broke this area. We broke it sharply with green candles. If you can look here, you see this area here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we have a big engulfing candle engulf all of this previous data. We come to support and resistance area, and we start to move down. Now I want to see that continue back up to retest this area. Then we have a carbon candle pattern to break higher, come back, retest, and continue. That could be the area of interest here. So watch oil behavior and watch CAD news and pound interest rate. So that's very good driver to make pound strong. If we keep holding the same interest rate, 7.75 percent, uh, it's very important because I think that isn't going to change anything. So you keep an eye on that. If you want to trade this, especially this one, oil, watch out for pound, so on and so forth, as I just explained it. Euro, I talked about this trade opportunity. I said that euro on index is weak and you're going New Zealand a little bit strong. However, we could see that coming back up here again, guys, because of New Zealand is getting weaker. I think euro it will start to show some momentum here. We held above this sector, so the buyer from here they started defending their territory, looking for rotation back up to retest this high, validate it, coming back and continue back up to break this high, validate it, and come back up. If the stock keep going down, New Zealand is going to be weaker as well as Aussie. Um, okay, I think that's it, guys. I wanted to tell you that thanks for attending, and I will be doing live streaming from Monday to Friday from 10 a.m. London time for like 1 hour only or 30 minutes. It depends how it go. If you have any question and you wanna live answer, you just attend at 10 a.m. London time, and I also join the Telegram group. It's free. Uh, all I'm doing here is free to help the community to understand forex because with my time trading, I see a lot of people lost a lot of money for misunderstand how market behaving, and they risk so much. So you need someone to actually giving you the right way to do this. And money management is very, very, very important. It's 95% of my trading. It's a money management and risk and reward. If you do it correctly, the formula, if you do it correctly, you're gonna have a good project at the end. If you do it wrong, you have a failure, and you don't want to use all your money at once to make a failure. It's very important. Don't gamble, please. Okay, guys, you have a lovely rest of the weekend, and hopefully that virus doesn't reach your place. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow morning. Thanks. Take care. Bye.